In the opening shot, we see the bleak state of New England following a devastating zombie epidemic that left just a small number of humans alive. Two close friends, Ben and Mickey, are among these survivors. Mickey is a neat freak who appreciates perfection and cherishes cleanliness, yet he lacks daring and boldness. Ben, on the other hand, is a tough survivor who doesn't care about his lack of cleanliness and has a lot of fortitude and tenacity. With no specific goal in mind, the two pals set out on a trek across Connecticut's meandering highways. Their main goal is to escape being discovered by the flesh-eating zombies who prowl the countryside and to survive by scavenging for supplies. Additionally, they frequently break into homes in search of food, technology, or anything else that can be of value to them in the long run. Two close friends who share a passion of baseball play the sport for their own amusement among the turbulence and upheaval that surrounds them. However, their shared past reveals that they were previously stranded for an incredible 3 months with Mickey's family in a mansion in Massachusetts. Sadly, Mickey's mother, father, and brother all perished before they could come up with a strategy to flee. Ben opposes staying indoors after this tragic experience, which frequently leads to numerous acrimonious fights between the two buddies. Despite this, Mickey wants to lead a typical life, so he opposes learning the fundamentals of survival. He frequently isolates himself by using headphones to listen to his CD player, which depletes the machine's battery. The group comes into a car with a captive female zombie inside while out scavenging. Ben decides to open the car door in a risky move, letting the zombie out, and then immediately shoots her in the head. The fact that the car is still functional is astonishing, and it gives the two friends hope. They resume their unpredictable trip, buoyed by their tiny win but unsure of what lies ahead. As the day progresses, the two eventually reach Mickey's girlfriend's deserted home, which they then meticulously explore. By pure luck, they manage to find 2 walkie-talkies that are in good working order. They unintentionally happen into a chat between 2 survivors named Annie and Frank while tinkering with the technology. They are overjoyed to discover that there is still life outside of their restricted world. Mickey, who hasn't heard a human voice in months, immediately reaches out to Annie and Frank, asking them to join what appears to be an organized group of survivors called the Orchard. His expectations are dashed, however, as the gang vehemently rejects his plea. Before disconnecting up, they even give him a warning not to get in touch with them ever again. Mickey lashes out at Ben in frustration and anger, revealing his deep reluctance to adopt a so-called hunter-gatherer lifestyle and his fear of passing away every day. The two then proceed on their way and stumble upon a nearby house. 2 zombies emerge when Mickey unlocks the door, but he holds off on confronting them. Ben, who has grown tired of waiting, approaches with a baseball bat and exhorts his companion to take revenge on the monsters that slaughtered his family. Mickey, however, is definite about his choice. He explains that since these zombies were once people too, they don't deserve to perish again. He's actually just afraid of going up against the undead. Ben gives up after hearing his pathetic justifications and the two continue their trek, confronting the unknown future that lies ahead of them. They awaken the following morning and resume their journey. At one point, Ben decides to take a shower at a local waterfall, and Mickey opts to sleep in the car. Mickey is taking a nap when a seductive zombie tries to open the car window. Mickey is initially terrified and tries to get in touch with his friend for assistance, but eventually he finds the undead alluring and begins to indulge himself. Ben suddenly bursts out from behind and shoots the zombie in the head, scattering everything across the car. He then observes Mickey's actions and finds them humorous, which makes Mickey feel humiliated. Mickey suggests that they spend the night inside the house because he wants to sleep in a bed like a real human while they continue their trek through the wilderness. Ben complies, possibly to calm Mickey's anger, but he confiscates his CD player for the evening. Ben enjoys some beers, music, and dancing that night while Mickey makes an attempt to communicate to Annie on the walkie-talkie. She answers, much to his astonishment, but not in the way he expected. Since the Orchard is not the kind of place he is looking for, Annie admonishes him to keep off their channel and to quit contacting her organization. Ben notices a peculiar sound coming from outside the home in the early morning. He discovers a zombie that has been restrained close to the house as he investigates. After coming up with an idea, Ben sends the zombie inside Mickey's sleeping quarters. He then closes the door and exhorts his friend to kill the creature with the baseball bat he had earlier left in the space. Ben doesn't give in despite Mickey's initial anxiety and screams to open the door. Instead, he keeps encouraging his friend and reassuring him that he can do it. The sound of the battle subsides after a little while, and when Ben opens the door, Mickey is covered in blood. It appears that he has finally killed a zombie. Ben is happy for his friend's success, but Mickey does not share his enthusiasm and lashes out at Ben before fleeing the house. After some time, the two buddies make amends, but Mickey breaks down in tears unexpectedly. He explains that Annie has prevented him from contacting her when asked why. After killing his first zombie and being rejected by a community, Mickey appears to have changed. As the days go by, he starts to heed Ben's counsel, learning to fish and reducing the amount of time he spends wearing headphones. The two friends become closer as a result of this alteration in behavior, and they begin to value their time together more than ever. The two pals decide to explore a stranded car they come upon one day while traveling. Ben makes an attempt to steal some petrol from the car to top off their own supply. They quickly learn, though, that the car has run out of fuel. A man named Jerry emerges out of nowhere as they are deciding what to do next and holds Mickey at knife point, threatening to kill him until Ben gives him the keys to their car. Ben tries to talk sense into Jerry, but he won't listen and demands the keys. Quickly deciding to release Mickey, Ben informs Jerry that the keys are in the vehicle. He discovers that he has been duped when he checks, though. Jerry tries to run away in a fit of wrath, but Ben shoots him in the back, killing him. The guys are still reeling from the terrifying event when a car pulls up and two survivors get out to talk to them. A woman approaches one of them and inquires about Jerry's whereabouts. She responds that Ben made the right decision because the man was actually a robber who had stolen their automobile when Ben tells her what happened in complete honesty. Her partner then refuels the abandoned vehicle and gets in position to go. But just then, Mickey recognizes Annie's walkie-talkie voice and addresses her by name. It turns out that she is the female driver. The lads are overjoyed with the discovery, but Annie is not feeling as thrilled. Ben is shot in the leg out of concern that the Orchard gang will be exposed and robbed. Not only that, but to prevent them from pursuing her, she also throws their car keys into a neighboring field. The boys are currently unable to travel because their supplies are all in the car. Mickey and Ben are still looking for the keys as darkness falls, but they are having no luck. The two buddies decide to sleep inside the car as the night grows darker in order to restart their search in the morning. They are abruptly awakened in the middle of the night by the revolting scent of zombies that have encircled their car. The two pals are stuck inside their car with no way to get out because they don't have the keys to start it. By daylight, as more and more zombies surround them, making it impossible for Mickey to go to look for the keys, the situation only gets worse. The following scene reveals that Ben's injuries has gotten worse and that he is now unable to even move normally. As a result, they are compelled to remain inside the vehicle forever. The persistent presence of the undead wears both companions down as the days pass. They find it difficult to deal with their position because of the constant noise, stench, and sight of the dead. Particularly Mickey feels more and more agitated and restless. He attempts to cover the car windows with blankets in order to obscure the view of the outside world and the zombies after becoming desperate due to the zombies' continual presence. They pass the time by playing games, singing songs, getting drunk, and occasionally just sitting still day after day. They slowly lose their morale and feel despondent due to the zombies' continuous assault and the scarcity of food and water. They appear to be unable to escape their dire situation despite their best attempts. Ben once urges Mickey to go outside and look for the car key. This time, Mickey makes the decision to exit through the sunroof without hesitation. Ben searches, hoping his friend will find the key and come back soon as he waits impatiently for him. After some time, Mickey shows up again, but his hand has the scars of a severe bite. Knowing that Mickey's bite could cause him to turn into a zombie and possibly infect Ben, Ben panics. As a result, despite Mickey's pleading for mercy, Ben is compelled to shoot and kill his only friend. Ben's agonizing scream of pain after the incident is a sign of the great loss and pain he is experiencing. Ben is left alone in a lonely, zombie-infested world when Mickey leaves. He struggles with the choice he had to make as the gravity of the circumstance presses down on him. He had no choice but to kill Mickey since the possible repercussions of doing otherwise were too severe. Ben's sense of loneliness and isolation is overwhelming, and it appears that there is no relief in sight as he struggles to survive in a harsh and merciless post-apocalyptic world. Ben is driven by rage and a desire for vengeance following the terrible murder of his comrade Mickey. He resolves to get rid of Annie and holds Annie responsible for Mickey's passing. Ben talks to the walkie-talkie and threatens to kill Annie in order to vent his fury and resentment. Before he can follow through on his threat, he must first work up the confidence to get out of the car that has evolved into his lone place of safety in this post-apocalyptic world. Ben's memories of his past, where he was imprisoned in a house for months, only increases fear and dread. He is, nonetheless, adamant about acting, even if it means putting his life in danger. If his escape strategy fails, according to Ben, he will just shoot himself in the head. Nevertheless, if it succeeds, he will shoot Annie. Ben decides to jump out of the moving vehicle because he has nothing to lose. He doesn't let the horde of zombies shambling behind him distract him from his goal of exacting revenge for Mickey's death. He makes his way down the street, determined to find and kill Annie. Ben is unstoppable and has a steely determination to do whatever it takes to achieve his job, despite the threat posed by the zombies who are pursuing him. Thank you for watching this movie recap. Enjoy it more if you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, leave a comment stating where you are watching from.